Thailand's post-pandemic day, illegal casinos, and awaiting the high season in Thailand. These are all the topics that are coming up on today's Good Morning Thailand. Hello and welcome to Good Morning Thailand. This show is brought to you by BISP, which is British International School, Phuket, one of the top schools in Thailand. And that's Natty Warisa.
Hello, everyone.
Supporting a very lovely purple jumpsuit.
Lilac.
Is it lilac?
I don't know. People just call it different colors. Yeah, purple.
Right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We've got quite a few topics today. Not as much as yesterday, but I've actually got some breaking news. Yeah. I was just informed by one of our writers, T, who came up to me and told me breaking news, which actually hasn't been published yet or is in the process of just being published.
Yes.
Everyone's favorite public health minister, Anutin Charnvirakul, who has 6 vaccination jabs for COVID-19, has tested positive for COVID-19. Traveling from a foreign country back to Thailand, he has now tested positive. That's right. Anutin was in Paris during 19th to 21st of this month of June for the BIE's 170th General Assembly. And he then went to Geneva on from the 21st to 24th for another meeting. And he's got 2 Sinovacs, 2 AstraZeneca, and 2 Pfizer doses. His latest jab was on 13th of June. But we wish him a speedy recovery and hope that he is well. But that's some breaking news for you. Hot off the press.
Hot off the press.
Yes.
That's interesting because yesterday, the Bangkok governor, Kun Chachat, just got his 5th booster.
Okay.
So hopefully he's okay there. I mean, like 5 or 6 jabs, it seems like the variants are just, mutating all the time. So it's kind of hard to keep up, I guess.
We're a land of boosters. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, you might have noticed our thumbnail today is talking about the post-pandemic day. Now, what is the post-pandemic day, you ask? Thank you, Natty. Yes. Welcome to Thailand's post-pandemic day, which is being called the day that will be on July the 1st.
Ooh.
That's right. What will change? Because this Friday, July the 1st, there will be an official declaration from Thailand, which will now be called the post-pandemic mode.
Wow.
So forget about the endemic, because it seems like all officials have forgotten about, the Thailand endemic. Thailand's going to go to be endemic. They seem to have changed the name. And the word endemic is being avoided as Thai officials believe it will be up to the World Health Organization to make that call, like it should have been. But, a lot of officials were coming out and saying that we're going to call it an endemic even if the WHO don't agree with us. But I guess not, because arrivals from overseas have seen, some newer demographics taking up the slack since the Russian and Chinese tourists are currently unable to come to Thailand or are in very short supply. It should be noted that these numbers, I'm going to talk about the numbers of the tourists coming into Thailand, who is at the top of the list. So currently, the total number of traveler arrivals, not the list of tourist numbers, but just travelers from this country. In number 1 position, Natty, where do you think the tourists are coming from?
Are they from America?
No.
Oh, no.
It's
Kazakhstan.
India.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
220,962 travelers have arrived from India. Who's in second place? It's an Asian country, Southeast Asia.
Oh, dear.
It's Malaysia.
I knew it. I knew it.
184,782. In third place,
Singapore.
they have a very famous queen.
UK.
Yes, it is the UK, with about 120,000 plus. Then Singapore, then US.
Where's Kazakhstan?
US in 5th place. I was surprised.
Yeah.
Where's Kazakhstan?
Yeah.
Further down the list.
Okay.
Yeah. But yes, the Public Health Ministry and the Permanent Secretary, Dr. GMT says that the government will announce Thailand's post-endemic era on July the 1st.
Wow.
And what will these changes be? I think we all know about it. But to further confirm what will happen, what will change starting July the 1st. No more Thailand Past. Be gone.
Be gone.
Be gone. The compulsory 10,000 insurance is also
Be gone.
gone. Be gone. Wearing a face mask is voluntary, so masks,
Be gone.
be gone. And Thailand's emergency decree and the CCSA, however, will remain.
Oh.
Yeah,
they
the
kept their
emergency
department.
decree with a lack of emergency will still remain because guess what? Thailand's Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha remains the chairman of this body. So they're expecting it to remain until September.
Right.
So, great news coming up on July the 1st. I feel like we decide to give new names to dates.
Yes.
It's something to look forward to. July the 1st. You know, maybe it's like, I'm looking forward to July the 1st. It feels incomplete. So they're like, I'm looking forward to the post-pandemic day.
That sounds so badass, though. Can you just imagine telling your children, Mommy has lived past the post-pandemic era?
It should be a public holiday. I mean, we
Yeah.
love public holidays in Thailand.
do.
July the 1st marks the post-pandemic day.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
You survived.
Now let's talk about... We've been talking about the post-pandemic day. And with the post-pandemic day, some good news is that it will be easier than ever for travelers and tourists to come back to Thailand in the last 2 years, at least, comparing to the situation in the last 2 years. Now, we are currently in low season. We're in monsoon season. You know, normally not many people come to Thailand during this time compared to, you know, near the end of the year. Now, awaiting the high season, Nettie, do you expect an influx and flood of tourists coming to the country?
I'm expecting tons of millions of people coming in.
Millions, she says. Wow. Well, that is the hope of the TAT,
Right.
the government in general. But let's take Phuket, for example. All right, Phuket saw an influx of travelers from India in the first 6 months of 2022, accounting for 50% of foreign guests. And but half of all the hotels on the island actually remain closed as they await the start of the high season. Because that's right, especially the smaller hotels, I'm not talking about the 5 stars, but the 3 stars, the 2 stars, they actually close down during the low season because business isn't great anyways. So they save costs and more money by actually closing down the hotels and opening them back up during the high season, which is later on near the end of this year. Kun Suksit, who is the president of the southern chapter of the Thai Hotels Association, said that the hotel business in Phuket is gradually picking up in the first half with an average occupancy rate of about 40% in May, mostly driven by travelers from India, Singapore, Australia, and the UK. Now, I saw that figure 40% and thought, wow, I mean, it's quite grim, isn't it? So imagine you're a 5-star hotel or just, a hotel in general in Phuket and for only 40% occupancy. Well, it is low season, but we thought that with the easing of restrictions in the last 6 months, people would just start flooding in, but they really haven't, have they?
Yeah, that's why there's tons of promotions to kind of lure the domestic tourists to go there instead. And if you lived in Thailand during those periods, you would see a lot of great discounts and great stuff. Yeah.
And that's why people who've been, they've been hesitant to come to Thailand because of the Thailand Pass, the insurance, blah, blah, blah. I've also said we hope that all these people who were upset or have complained about these things will, after the post-pandemic day, they'll flood back into Thailand because some more good news. In July, Phuket will actually have 15 airlines flying 58 direct flights to the island.
Wow.
That's right.
58 direct flights.
Direct flights.
That's a lot of
I hate
flights.
stopovers, don't you?
Yeah, I hate those as well.
Yes. But since Thailand has been in low season since May, around 50% of the Phuket hotels remain temporarily closed, and demand for them will be for the long-haul market. So they're all going to gear up for the high season. Phuket's just basically aiming, especially the hotels in general, are just aiming for the high season. They're putting all their eggs near the end of the year.
Right. Well, you can see in Bangkok as well, like around the Rashada Pisek, not Rashada Pisek, sorry, the Siam area, the BTS area. I know that Intercontinental is being revamped, and tons of hotels around the major areas in Thailand right now are just being revamped, and I think they're just waiting for the big at the end of the year.
The big
The big like influx of tourists.
Wasn't that a band?
A band?
A music band?
You mean ABBA?
Or is that a song? Never mind. I'm sure the viewers will let me know. But to continue on the story, TAT's Governor Kun Yutasak Supason said that Russian tour operators have told the agency that there was actually a high demand in the eastern part of the country, led by Novosibirsk and Vladivostok.
Nice.
These are areas in Russia. I apologize if I've pronounced them wrongly. But yeah, with at least 450,000 airline seats that are ready to take visitors to Thailand from October to December. So again, for the high season, we might be seeing 450,000 airline seats flying from Russia to Thailand. However, as scheduled flights are still largely frozen due to the Russia-Ukraine war, TAT has to work with airlines to help connect these cities to Thailand on a chartered basis. But I'm sure they will be able to find a way if 450,000 visitors
That's a lot of people.
might come to Thailand. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of money. And I think at this time they would do anything to bring as many people as possible, because even the TAT has come out and made their own predictions on how many people they think are going to come, how much money is going to be generated. So it's very important for the economy as well. So we're hoping everything takes off during the high season.
That's a takeoff plane.
Very well done, Nettie. All right, as for now, we're going to take a quick break. Once we come back from the break, we're going to be talking about a poll we did yesterday where we asked you a question regarding trains. And also, we're going to be talking about hazards and illegal casinos. We'll be back right after this. And welcome back. You're watching Good Morning Thailand. And guess what, ladies and gentlemen? This show is brought to you by BISP, British International School, Phuket.
I just saw the advertisement.
Yes.
And the kids are wearing little Hawaiian shirts.
Yes.
That's so cute. Is that a part of their uniform?
That's the primary uniform.
Oh,
Yeah.
so cute.
Yes.
Like true island boys.
It's proper island uniforms, yes.
Yeah.
And then when you're in secondary, I think it's a sky blue thin shirt. That's
Thin
what I used to wear
shirt.
anyways. And cream-colored shorts.
Oh, cream color shorts for kids. Poor moms.
It's an
cleaning
excellent
that.
school. Take
Yes.
my word for it. I went there.
I know you did.
That's right. And you too can send your child to Phuket. They also have boarding. That's the thing. So back in my time, there were very few international schools. In fact, there was only 2, I believe. And BISP was the best. And even now, when there's a host of other international schools in Phuket, I mean, BISP still stands supreme on the island. That's no secret. And it is one of the top schools in Thailand. But a lot of students from Bangkok used to come and stay in BISP as boarding students. So they would study during the day and then they would live there. And a lot of parents trusted the school to actually send their kids from Bangkok to Phuket to get better education.
Makes sense. I mean, it's a mini vacation and they get
It's a good life.
Yeah, it's a good life. Get to
Would you
mingle.
want your child to grow up in Bangkok, in the cities of Bangkok with all the pollution and the traffic?
Dude, that's where I grew up. It's great. Look at me. We're working in the same place.
But how much more flowy and relaxed would you be if you grew up on the beaches of Phuket?
I don't know. I might be a bum right now.
A bum? Why would you be a bum?
I don't know, because I'm so chillaxed. I might be like, let me just kick back and relax.
Or you might just enjoy life a bit more.
Maybe. But I'm enjoying it so much here already. Anyhow, keep
BISP, Inspire Learning, Nurture Wellbeing and Ignite Passion. You can check the school out in the description below. As for now, it's time to address our poll, but just before I do that, I'd like to give a quick shout out to Don Patrick Lau, because guess what, Natty?
Is he a Thaiger member?
He's a Thaiger legend.
Oh yeah.
He's a legend.
Oh yeah.
Thank you very much,
you.
Don Patrick Lau, for supporting our channel, as well as all the members and all the viewers watching us live right now. There's almost 300 people watching us. Please click the like button if you're enjoying it so far, or for Nettie's lilac dress.
Somebody said it's lavender.
It is lavender to me too.
Any color.
All right. Our poll. Now, we asked the question, due to inflation, commuters are opting to travel by train. This was a story we were talking about yesterday, Nettie, and it currently seems to be the preferred mode of transport. Have you changed the way you travel around Thailand on a daily basis? And so we had 4 options, and the number one option that got the most votes, with 41% said, I'm fine with anything as long as I reach my destination. People don't care how they get there as long as they get there. In second place, 33% said, no, I still travel by private transport. That's something that didn't surprise me, because I thought so too. If I'd already invested in a car, and I have a car, and you have personal transport, I think it would take a lot for you to stop using your private transport.
True.
And you know, being in the comfort of your own car, having the ability to leave home whenever you get ready. If you have kids, sometimes you get late. Trains have timings. You have to drive. You have to find a way to get to the train station as well, depending on where you live. Sometimes it's like a 10 to 15 minute ride to the nearest train station. So private transport, I'm not surprised, in second place with 33%. In second place. In third place with 19%, no, I've been traveling by train long before inflation. So people have always been using the train, and they still continue to use the train. And in last place was, yes, but because of inflation, I started using trains more. 7%. Only 7%. That's surprising as well.
Yeah, but I think most of the people who are answering are expats, right? Or people who are non-Thais. So it kind of makes sense that not many people know of the train stations or feel too comfortable using the train stations, because it is still pretty Thai, like as in like all the characters, how you get there from one place to another is not very clear to non-Thai readers, I believe. So good on you for doing the local transportations.
Good on you. All right, Natty, we've got a donation in from Eileen Morris-Duke.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Eileen, for donating. We appreciate your donation. As for now, let's move on to our next topic. Natty, you've got a story on hazards and fire incidents.
Yes, so the Bangkok Governor Kun Chatchat Sithipan has asked residents in the city to inspect their properties and the surrounding areas for potential fire hazards. And that is because in just 6 months, we have had already 131 fire incidents in 2022. And he really urged residents to inspect the condition of their fire extinguishers and check their fire exits. Because just yesterday, I think we were reporting on the deadly fire in the Chinatown's Sampeng market, right? Where 2 people have died and 6 others have suffered from the effects of smoke inhalation. And some residents were struggling to exit the building, but most of them were kind of caught. You know how they have those grill bars that keeps, actually it's meant to keep the robbers from entering the home, but unfortunately that kind of prevents them from exiting the house as well when in dire needs like these. So checked, I think you guys should modernize their houses a little bit to make it a little bit more fire friendly. And also last week we were talking about the fire starting in Klong Toei neighborhood, where we were supposed to go and donate 300 bags of those supplies to the people who are affected. We have more updates on that later.
Yes.
But anyhow, the governor is telling people that it's really difficult for the fire trucks to reach the taller buildings inside those compacted areas, and that's why you should have a fire extinguisher that you know how to use ready in your house just in case you need it. And so this month alone, the city has witnessed 3 different fire incidents. The first incident taking place at Silom, the second place in Klong Toei community, and finally last week at Chinatown. Yeah, so speaking about fire victims, let's talk a little bit about this Thursday's charity.
Yes.
Now, we were supposed to go to the Bon Kai Klong Toei area where a lot of people were affected, but according to Kun Greg, I think, Jay, you talked to Kun Greg, and
That's
he
right.
said that there was a lot of love being poured into that area already. They got tons of supplies. So where are we heading to next?
We like you said, Natty, they actually a lot of help was been provided to them, and it's got to a point where, they've got so much help where they're actually starting to share the amount of donations and. Donations already been made. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to travel to with the same foundation, Bangkok Community Help Foundation. We're going to go to Soi 88 in Onnut to a community that's basically been built on recycled garbage. Yeah. Actually, let me read the message directly. Carmel, can I please ask you to pass my phone next to you? It's right there. There we go.
Yeah.
Just so I don't get it wrong.
Yeah, we don't want to get any
Yes.
information wrong.
Hide your face, Carmel. It must be your voice only. All right. I apologize. Let me read exactly what Greg said. Yes, there's been an incredible outpouring of love and donations to the victims. And what we're going to be doing is going to Soi 88 Onnut, which is a neighborhood essentially built on a garbage dump. And many of the residents recycle the junk to make ends meet. So we're going to be going there. We're going to be giving them survivor bags with essential needs and food and help them out with that, as well as donate some clothes. And we will also be making excuse me. We'll also be making a small donation in cash to the foundation with all the donations that you have been providing us for the last 2 months. So thank you very much to all the viewers who've donated, who've been watching us, who've been supporting us, all the viewers, all the members, all the donators. This is all because through your help and support. And thankfully, we'll be able to go and support our community as well. And let's now, Natty, talk about our last topic today. We like to do things legally, but not everyone does. Let's now talk about illegal casinos in Thailand.
This is a little bit of a strange story, but let me start with this. More than 4.3 million baht was seized after police raided an illegal casino hidden on the ground floor of Ayutthaya Tower. That's on the Rashada Pisek Road on Sunday. Now, the Patrol and Special Operation Division police were allegedly tipped off that the underground floor of the building was being used illegally for gambling purposes, which led to the arrest of 52 Thai and foreign gamblers at the scene. But this story isn't really about tackling illegal gambling, but rather a bizarre war of words between the authorities and a non-governmental organization.
Okay.
So hear me out. The president of the Help Crime Victim Club, Kun Achariya Ruang Ratanapong, on Sunday, he made it public on his Facebook account that he notified the police about this illegal gambling den. Bizarrely, the Metropolitan Police Bureau denied it and said that Kun Achariya wasn't involved in the raid at all.
Okay.
And Kun Achariya insisted that he has the information and pictures to prove it, and claims that the officers from Sutisan police station are trying to bury the case because apparently a while ago, Kun Achariya called out the police station at both Hoi Kwang and Sutisan for colluding and for releasing criminals who were involved in a fraudulent call center that involved the swindling of over 50 million baht from innocent victims before. So the police stations are like, yeah, you did a good deed, but we're not going to acknowledge your goodness kind of situation. So, and Kun Achariya kind of also called out further why the area's highest ranking officer is still in office, aka Big Joke. And he says that the Prime Minister used to insist that relevant authorities would be dismissed or punished or moved to other positions, but these people are still in place. So there's like a little bit of conflict between the non-governmental officials and government officials in that case. And that's basically the story. Yeah. So they did kind of catch the illegal people doing the gambling, but also who should take the credit for this? Is it the non-governmental people or the government?
So basically this is a case of I'm the police. You are a
The
good
citizen,
Samaritan.
yeah.
You came, so you were a snitch basically.
Basically, yeah.
But you snitched. I got the credit, and I don't want to give you credit.
Yeah, basically it's that. Now, the officers from the Patrol and Special Operation Division informed the media that an upcoming press release will explain everything about the raid. So who is going to get the credit will be released in the media later, which we don't know when that will be.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll keep you updated on that story on thethaiger.com. As for now, we're going to take another quick break, and once we come back from the break, we'll be answering some of your questions because the voice of God has been listening. So we'll be back right after this.
Good Morning Thailand gets up to 80,000 viewers per week, and we'd like to weaponise our audience for you.
That's right. So if you have a business or property or even your house that you'd like to sell,
Private yacht?
yeah, we could be in space.
I'm not sure about space.
Well, all you have to do is contact us on info@thethaiger.com, and you can hire us up to a day or even a week, and we'll go to your property and do the show live.
Good Morning Thailand, coming your way.
Welcome back. It's now time to answer some of your questions. Enter the chat, the voice of God.
Hello.
Gets me every time.
I needed to stretch and that was a very bad timing. Okay, other comments first before the ones about the topics you discussed. Oluka said, Jay, I'm writing this to let you know we are still paying attention to you whilst we chat amongst ourselves.
Thank you very much. Sometimes it does feel like the live chat is a community and a family of its own. But yes, thank you for telling me that. Thank you for letting me know that you care about what we say as well.
Yes.
Mershka har, good day.
Everyone was pointing out that AHA, the band that you were mentioning, is a Norwegian band, very big in the 80s, and the hit song was Take On Me.
Oh yeah, that's right. Take on me.
Take
Aha, yeah.
on me. Is
That's
that
right.
one?
So what's correct? Aha.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, Robert T said that a tequila shot each time Jay says ladies and gentlemen, and I won't make it to the end of the show.
That's pretty true. That's actually a fun party.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we
would be an
do for this
interesting game.
New Year's. We do like a Thaiger live.
Yeah.
A tequila shot for every time someone says, I say ladies and gentlemen, or allegedly.
Uh-huh.
And Natty either does a jazz hands or
Not very often.
or starts laughing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know if this is good to even address, but then when you said the first breaking news about Anutin getting
Yeah.
COVID,
Yeah.
people kind of found it funny.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Well,
should I not say that?
No, okay.
I should probably not say
No,
that.
you said it already.
I think we all know what the comments would be like.
Yeah.
He's not very popular with foreigners. Let's just go out and say that. For anyone who's not a Thai citizen would have beef with the health minister because he has come out and said some inappropriate comments
Yeah.
regarding foreigners and other people, and he's just he is also unlikable. I'm not being completely honest,
Yeah.
because of the past, because not necessarily as for being a health minister, what he's done for Thailand, but it's just the comments that he's made are unacceptable. You can't be making those comments as a politician, as a person in power, as a person who's a representation of your country. He's a man in power. He's representing Thailand, and he unfortunately has, said some things that I bet he wishes he could take it back. But once it's out there, it's very difficult to take back. So, yeah, it's easy to make fun of people, and it's easy to watch a person like him suffer. But he's still a human being, and he's a human being who's currently sick, and we wish him all the best, and may he get well soon. It doesn't take away from anything that he said. People can still dislike him, but yeah, as for him getting infected with COVID-19, we wish him a speedy recovery.
Yeah. When you guys were talking about post-pandemic in Thailand, what island did you talk about for
What?
tourism? There was an island that you were talking about. Or
Oh, we
was
were
I-
talking about the high season, and I referred to Phuket.
Oh, okay. So John Peake said that it's going to take 2 to 3 years to get back to anywhere near what it was.
Yes, definitely. If we're talking about 2019 levels, yes, 3 to 5 years, I would say. I think 3 years to make a recovery, 5 years to see those real numbers, even an attempt for improvement. Yeah.
Yeah. Time Out said that in Sweden we have had post-pandemics for some time now and there are no problems. Key J said that it's unfortunate that the Thailand pass removal coincided with rising inflation. Maybe that's why the tourists are not flooding back in. And then Norm P added on saying, surprisingly, just because Thailand says it's open doesn't mean we will all go. Other factors include like inflation, war, flights twice the price, etc.
Okay.
That is true about the twice the price airfares, though, because one of my friends from Canada wanted to come and visit Thailand already, but they said that the price of the ticket is now 600 Canadian dollars, which is like double the price of what it used to be. Like it used to be only $300 or something.
That's
Not
so
too sure
bad.
why. Yeah.
Okay, in the survey, KJ asked, wouldn't a shift to trains also depend on availability and accessibility of public transport rather than inflation alone?
Could be, but I guess it was always there to begin with. So if you didn't go there, I mean, the only different factor right now is that there's inflation, I guess. So that's why they concluded with that.
This is a unrelated question, but Hans asked, are Natty's stand-up comedy shows in Thai or English?
Well, I used to do Thai stand-up twice. Not really my thing. I prefer English.
Okay.
Well, I've got a question. May I take one?
Yes.
I've got a question from Oh Look Ah. Who says, Jay, do you want Chelsea to sign Raheem Sterling? For all you football fans out there, I thought I'd take a moment to talk about football with Oh Look Ah. Do I want Chelsea to sign Raheem Sterling? Yes. Yeah, I think Raheem Sterling is good. I looked at his statistics. He's pretty decent. He's a good player. And also, I would like Chelsea to buy Ousmane Dembele and Matthias de Ligt.
He's on a
And
roll.
Jules Koundé. And that's all I'm going to say. That was my quick Chelsea transfer market update.
Okay, for the fire hazard topic, Hans asked, I wonder how many of those fires were electrical in nature. Was there ever a statistic that was shown?
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Oh no, not the lane.
Both of you in sync
How many
with
of those
that.
fires are electrical?
I wonder how many of those fires were electrical in nature.
Ooh, that I don't have the figures of. I'm really sorry. Yeah, but good question. Maybe we'll find it out.
Yeah, they
next time.
actually haven't disclosed that information. They're
Yeah.
still investigating to see what was the root cause of this fire. But I think the one in Chinatown yesterday was something to do with a transformer. That's the one. Yes.
Yeah.
Trans.
Was it a
Former.
transformer?
Yeah.
That's what one of you mentioned.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Nettie, quick fill in.
Sorry, I was zoning out because I saw Ieg. Hi, Ieg. He said Natty is very good with stand-up. Thank you. I actually met Ieg. I think I mentioned this a couple times at one of my comedy shows, and he was, "Where's Jay? Where's Jay?" So he thought that you would be
I
coming
was just
with
in
me.
the background.
Yeah.
24 hours on supporting Natty duty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. So to answer that question, the fire is believed to have been caused by a transformer exploding at a 3-story shop house. That was yes, a transformer exploding at a 3-story shop house was the cause for the fire in Yawarat, Chinatown.
Transformers in Bangkok do seem to go off a bit. Just 2 months ago, actually walking around Asok area near our office, one of the transformers caught fire. But luckily the fire department kind of put that out really quickly. But I was scared, man. Like I was just like, oh no, what to do?
Yeah, Foolish Farang said that the whole of Bangkok is a potential fire hazard.
Yeah. With
Gibbs-
all the hot women, right?
Oh, wow.
Okay, stop it. Okay, I'll stop it.
Gibbs Jacob said that wanted to correct you on something that you said. It's fireproof, not fire friendly. You do not want to invite fire in your house.
That is true. Fireproof, not fire friendly. Come in, my dear fire friends. All right.
Yes.
Because
yes, that is all I got.
in a lot of the buildings, especially, considering that Bangkok is this metropolitan city, a lot of the buildings when you go inside, there's not many signs that tell you, an evacuation plan. There doesn't seem to be any visible clue or any visual aids in terms of if there is a danger, if there is a fire, which way is the fire exit, which way should you take, where should you go, what should you do. It's
Yeah.
just kind of figure it out.
It's kind of elusive. I think health and safety in Thailand is also kind of like non-existent in a way. Like even with the COVID situation, come on, they were forcing people to enter and exit in one entrance point, right? And that's not very safe. Like in case of a fire, all the other doors are closed, like completely shut. So they think they're having COVID under control, but what if something terrible happens, like like a
Like a
fire?
fire, yeah.
Yeah, and then everybody's just like, well, at least I don't have COVID, but I can't escape this fire. What is that, right?
Half the people can't escape. People start, trampling on other people because there's only one door in an
Exactly.
entire shopping mall that's open.
Yeah. Yeah.
John Peak asked, "Are you guys still looking at a spot for sport?" I think this is where we were wondering if we were gonna add a sports segment or something. I'm not
Well,
sure.
we did a poll, and I think about 85% people
Said no.
said no, that they're not interested in sport. They don't want to hear about sport. Don't even think about doing sport.
Yeah, Jay was crying for 2
Well,
days.
And
after
there was a
that.
lot
But
of
what if
anger.
it was not like just like reporting on like news, but it was like a panel, like a podcast, like where you're just like not really a podcast, but a panel where you're reviewing it and then you're just it's like banters about like a sport or something.
Yeah, I don't
That
know.
would be
Maybe
interesting.
20 people would watch that.
Yeah,
Though,
only-
like for example, I think there are no die-hard football fans here. Like, so it'll have to be something that we
What
know
if it was
about as well.
F1?
Yeah, like so I could have F1 and I could do football. Those are two sports that I have very good knowledge about, and
F1
a
said
good
no.
understanding of how they work, and I could hold a conversation for a very long time in those sports. But would people watch it? Who else would I talk to? Natty.
No, I have zero
You know?
knowledge on that.
I have a lot of Thai conversations with some of the guys from the office, but if it's not a quality show and if it's not a good plan, it's better not to do it than do it. It's just not well. Yeah,
People
either
are
do it
very
well or
against
don't.
it. That is all I have.
All
Unless
right.
you want to keep dragging on the questions,
Yeah.
picking out.
Hans C. Schellenberg says, then the Tiger will have to hire a D-bag sports guy.
I don't understand that reference. D-bag?
Yeah, douchebag.
Oh, D-bag. Oh, I see.
Because I guess, those sports jockeys are
Yeah,
always
yeah.
like, yo, bro, did you watch the game last night, bro? I don't think anyone actually talks like that. I think that's just a Hollywood representation of a Hollywood, like a sports jock. Do you have that in Thailand?
No, we don't have that kind of person. But the sports announcers in Thailand are very, extremely animated. Like they're constantly excited to talk about sports, which is very entertaining, I would say. Yeah, they would be shouting at each other.
I hate Thai commentary.
No.
Before you could only watch football shows or the Premier League, for example, on True Sport, and sometimes they would have they always have Thai commenters, and then you have to like press the button for the original English commentary from Sky Sports, where you get the real voice of God.
Yeah.
What do you mean real?
Real.
I am as real as it can get.
Hey, no offending our God here.
No, commentators. I think right now the Sky commentators are Gary Neville and but I'm talking about like Martin Tyler. Do you know Martin Tyler? He is a voice of God. Yeah, but then they'd have Thai commentary, and Thai commentary is so over exaggerated, and they always like say the same like words and stuff. Like if, for example, Messi's like football players like running up to the goal line and he's about shooting, and they'll be like, "Oh ho, nakap."
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, ooh. I'm like, you're watching sports. What are you doing? Like, this is not some soap drama, Like, what? Oh, like, what is that expression? Stop it! Stop embarrassing yourself. You're a grown adult. But that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you out of your sport phase right now because I just found a question from Kevin Z.
Okay.
When is the official high season in Thailand?
The official high season,
Would
I
it be
think
November?
starting in October, November,
October.
December,
Oh.
and up until Jan, Feb,
Yeah.
March.
That's
Then
for
I
sure.
think I also saw another comment. I can't remember from which user, but he said that like then I guess we have to see on October what happens
Yeah.
when that month comes. What happens
Yes.
to the tourism in Thailand?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we've come to a natural close for the show.
Yes.
Thank you very much for your comments and feedback. Someone called this Henrietta. This is actually
Baby Henrietta.
no. This is
Josephine.
This is Josephine.
I almost called it
She's
Jennifer.
from Sweden.
Jennifer. I almost called it
Who's
Jennifer.
Jennifer? It's Josephine.
I don't know.
Josephine.
Josephine. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us today. Almost 330 people watching us. Please click the like
You can
button
say
if you've enjoyed
hi
it.
to Facebook people too.
And also, yes, people watching us live on Facebook, thank you very much for joining us this morning. We hope you've enjoyed this episode. We will have we will have timestamps on the video, but unfortunately, if you're watching live, you've got to watch every minute, and that's what most of you do every day. So I'd like to say a special thank you for watching our show all the way through.
Yes, and I apologize.
Yeah, there we go. We've
for
got
myself.
Scott D. We've got our members who join us every day, pretty much. John P. Hansi Schellenberg. Oh no, I shouldn't have started that. Now I feel bad.
Now
if-
you have to call
Yeah.
out everybody.
Eileen,
212
Morris,
Roger.
Duke,
You have to go
Mackie,
through the whole
212 Roger,
participants
Greg
list.
Anderson. I apologize. This is a lot of you. I'm sorry if I've missed some of you, but thank you for joining us every day. All the members, all the viewers, we appreciate you. I mean, I say that every day, but I really do. I mean, we sit
We
here
do, yeah.
and talk every day live, and you join us live. You watch our videos afterwards if you don't catch it live. Thank you very much for the support.
Yes.
As for now, I'd like to say thank you, Nettie.
Thank you, Jay.
And thank you, Carmel.
Thank you.
Thank you to Shy behind the buttons.
Shy.
We wish you have a great Tuesday, and we'll see you here live again tomorrow.
Bye.